So you're like a legacy podcaster, basically. You inherited it from your...
Broadcasting, yeah. Broadcasting, I would say.
Yeah.
Broadcasting legacy.
That's what I went to school for.
Really?
I studied...
So that's how you kind of know all this shit a little bit.
Yeah, I studied broadcasting at Mississippi State. Dropped out because they were training us to do news, and I wanted to do TV. So I dropped out and moved to New Orleans, and that's how I ended up here.
Hell yeah.
My first job whenever I moved here was a Folgers coffee commercial. And I worked on that for like a week straight and left with some new friends and more coffee than I could possibly drink. And it lasted me about a year and a half of just straight coffee that they gave us.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all can't see it in the shot, I don't think. There's literally a Folgers coffee can behind his head.
I use it as storage now.
What blend did they give y'all? What does that say?
This is the breakfast blend.
Breakfast blend. Breakfast blend's always a safe bet.
Breakfast blend's always safe. They also gave us French roast.
Have you ever been to like a tea room before?
No, I haven't.
One time my brother, when he was in high school, his girlfriend made us all go to a place called the English Tea Room in Covington, Louisiana.
What's that like?
I mean, it's just literally like some old-ass, pretty nice house, though.
Is it like a Japanese style thing?
No,
like
it's English tea room. So it's like tea time. They had like toast, which I mean, they had like Nutella toast. I'm sure they have other stuff too. I wasn't looking all over the menu. I was more interested in what tea I was going to get, more than likely.
What kind of teas did they have? Like Earl Grey?
Oh yeah, they have all kinds of stuff up in there,
yeah.
Like hibiscus and stuff. They had everything. They had everything. I think I had an Irish breakfast coffee.
Yeah.
Or a coffee, tea, Irish breakfast tea, not coffee.
Before we get too far into this, I got to do some claps.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we're syncing our sound right. I think that should be good.
Yeah.
You want to give us one? There you go.
Yeah. Everybody knows that we're bringing the slaps.
Yeah. We're in here. So I did want to talk about fucking side hustles today. I think because I'm out of work right now because of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
So I need to get off my fucking lazy ass and get a fucking job. So
yeah,
I'm thinking about ideas for that.
Before I ever had an actual job, I used to sell watermelons.
Like on the side of the street?
During the summer. Yeah.
How was that? You make money off of it?
I'm making pretty good scratch for a kid. At the end of it's when you get all of it, because what you're doing is it's just like anything else. You're reinvesting all the money that you made back into back into watermelons, truckload of watermelons. But you're getting profit every once in a while because where I'm from, Washington Parish, is known for their watermelons, the sweetest watermelons, most sugar. That's just what it is. We're Washington Parish watermelons. They come with this, like when you go buy them out the field, you get a stamp, certified Washington Parish watermelon. So that way you can show the people when you're selling them, like, I got this today.
That's what's up.
In Thomas, Louisiana.
Quality product. You're selling that good.
Yeah, and what you do is you go take it up somewhere like Covington, like a parish over where they know the legend of the Washington Parish watermelon, but they don't have the easy access to it necessarily. You bring them up there, you sell $15 watermelons up there. With the price of inflation, dude, you could probably sell $20 watermelons now.
Fuck. Dude,
they're buying them. They're Washington Parish watermelons, dude. I got a free phone actually doing that one time. It fell off the back of a truck. It fell off the back of a truck that was passing by. And it landed right in front of us, and it was one of those Galaxy 6X, 6S actives.
Didn't crack or nothing?
No, it was one of the actives, so it was perfectly fine.
Fuck yeah!
My friend's sister worked at Best Buy, so we took it over there and got it all cleared out for me and stuff, and boom, because you can clear them phones out. An iPhone can't really do that.
Yeah, an extra phone is something useful to have.
Yeah, well, I definitely ended up using it. I was selling watermelons so that way I could buy a new phone.
You got 2 phones for your fucking watermelon plug.
Well, I just kept using that one. I just spent all my watermelon money probably on tobacco.
Dip.
Yeah, definitely. Dip and tobacco. That's what most of my money. Somehow the country got fucked up. I know that because somehow in high school when my parents would give me $20 a week, I would have gas in my truck for the week. Eat Burger King after school almost every day after football practice, have dip, and have beer for the weekend.
Damn. You can't do that anymore. You got to pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause
if I want my nicotine fix, I've got to go throw down $25 to somebody, dude.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm glad I'm stepping away from that.
I wish I could, dude. I
think you can. You definitely can.
I definitely could. I never thought I'd quit dipping. I'll tell you that much, and I did.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do this the rest of my life. This is the shit.
And I know someone who's still on two packs of cigarettes a day. He's a comedian in the scene.
Jeez. Yeah, but that's a comedian, too. Those are, like, literally the only people still smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. That and just, like, roughneck blue-collar guys.
Oh, yeah. When I first started training at that propane truck job that I had, I drove a propane truck for people that don't know. When I was training, the guy that was training me, he dipped tobacco or whatever, and I was like, all right, cool. And I was going to start dipping a little bit again because I didn't know how they were about vaping because it was a tobacco-free, nicotine-free company.
Gotcha.
But everybody was dipping and stuff. And he was dipping. He'd been driving 18-wheelers for like 10 years or something like that and got this job so that way he could be home more. And we're in there, and he starts smoking a cigarette in the truck, and I was like, I mean, I didn't like even say, is it safe? Because, I mean, he obviously thinks it's safe enough. Yeah.
What kind of truck was it?
It was a Bobtail International was the brand. It was a Bobtail propane truck, like, pretty big truck.
Oh, just a truck full of propane. Right?
Yeah, I think it was 2,000-gallon tank on the back of it or something like that.
Yeah.
2,000 gallons? Yeah, or something like that. It was a lot of propane. A lot of
propane that would go up pretty quick.
Yeah, that's the thing I always told people, like, yeah, it's scary, but if I die, I would never know it. If I'd have died, I'd have never knew it.
Dude, just like submarine shit. That's probably one of the better ways to go. Just instantly gone, like.
Yeah, except they don't get to, like, really, like, your family doesn't get to have your body or anything.
Yeah, not an open casket kind of funeral.
They're going to bury, like, the rear view mirror because that's, like, all that's left.
They'll find, like, your wallet.
There's a piece of his arm on this tire right here.
There's a piece of unarm. Hopefully it's his.
Yeah.
Goddamn. So I've been thinking about possibly getting into the lucrative world of pet photography.
Oh.
Because I did
You can make some good scratch.
Yeah, I was at the gym today and I was talking to the lady who I got my membership from. I bought a gym membership today. Mm-hmm. So on the steps of self-improvement.
We're going places.
Yeah, we're going places. It's a mile run to my gym and a mile run back. And here in New Orleans, it's about 97 degrees outside. Feels like, God knows what, probably 102. That's conservative. That's a conservative guess, 102. But I was talking to her, and she said there was a Facebook group I need to join called like Irish Channel, like community members, because Irish Channels, like, they are always like walking their dog, their designer dog breeds around there.
Yeah.
The Irish Channel. I went to Barkus this year. That's like the dog parade.
Yeah, I saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah, I took a lot of pictures over there. I didn't have a business card at the time, but I did like get some people on Instagram.
Dude, you know what else I would do? I mean, I know this is definitely something for like people that come from where I come from, because they're a little bit trashy and they want to come off as not trashy. So what they do is they have these like couples photo shoots with like their boyfriend of 6 months.
Yeah.
And you can get a lot of people with that. If like you go on Tulane's campus and be like, oh, I have a deal. Just say it's a deal and just charge what you were going to charge me. A deal on couples photo shoots.
Yeah, I mean, easy money right there.
Yeah.
I have all the equipment. I can do some like pretty fancy stuff and
get
some people some great results.
If you show up with half the shit that we do this podcast with, they'll be like, oh, we got
whoa, this guy's for real. Whoa.
And you know what? To vouch for his new side hustle, he did just take me some headshots, and they were pretty cool, and it was fun to work with him.
Thank you.
It was fun to work with him.
I try to be a good photographer. I actually learned everything from my cousin Stephanie. She's a photographer in Hawaii, and she has the best setup. She has 3 kids. You know, she's a mom of 3. She does 5 photo shoots a week. Every night before sunset, she has a client, She's booked up until probably November of like next year.
Oh yeah.
She lives on the Colina Disney-owned beach resort. Mm-hmm. So she has a house that she rents over there. Her husband has his own company. And so she just rides her bike down to the beach, meets a nice couple, takes some awesome pictures for them during the sunset on this beach, and then rides her bike home and edits them with her kids.
Dude, that's a pretty nice setup, honestly.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice setup just because, like, no duh, if you're a photographer, move to Hawaii and be the person that takes the pictures of people in white shirts on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
That's exactly what she does.
Yeah. It's timeless photographs. People have been doing that my entire life, and they still do it to this day. The khaki shorts and the white shirt, and then the lady's got on a white dress. They go, that's what I'm talking about, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and on like Tulane's campus and shit, or you can turn any corner just about in the French Quarter or in downtown New Orleans. You can find some kind of like big oak tree with moss coming off of it.
I know exactly the tree.
Yeah.
The tree of life. It's like 400 years old.
There you go.
But yeah, I think the hardest part of that journey is just you have to commit to being the guy. Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm the photography guy. Every time I answer my phone, I'm saying, "Hi, I'm Cameron Ladner. I'm a photographer. How can I help you?" Mm-hmm. You know, it's just a little more forward facing. But once you have repeat customers, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Y'all, if y'all have any fucking advice for a new starting out photographer, leave it a comment.
Or hey, if you're looking to find a good new photographer, you're tired of your old one. She's been saying like it's harder to edit your pictures because you've been gaining weight in the hips or whatever.
Yeah, I will Photoshop. I'll Photoshop your hips.
He'll Photoshop the hell out of your hips, dude.
I'm a hip Photoshopper.
How do you think Jennifer Lopez still looks good all these years?
That was me, actually.
You think it's adrenochrome? It's
no.
Cam.
I'll make your overweight dog look 10 pounds lighter and 3 years younger.
Yeah, dude.
That's a Cameron Ladner promise.
I heard his snapshots are actually shots of Ozempic.
What's Ozempic?
Ozempic's that diabetic medicine that's been taken to lose weight.
Oh my god, I'm taking stock photography for like Ozempic advertisements. That would be a dream.
Yeah, you just
get into the
camera that doesn't add 10 pounds.
No. Camera that makes it lose.
Camera that takes off 10 pounds, dude.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans is such a beautiful city. It'd be so easy.
And also, we're body positive over here. So
we are body positive.
If you want to keep
your hips wide.
If you want to keep them things out there, if you want a real like aerial photo of yourself,
I do have a drone.
Call Cam. If you have to take aerial photos,
if you have to take aerial photos of yourself, holy shit!
Yeah, that's that old Yo Mama joke from that show. Yo Mama's so big, her yearbook pictures an aerial photo.
Your mama's so fat, she's wearing a white dress on the beach. And they just need a drone to fly over. Oh, man. Looked like someone wrote help.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's where I'm at in life. Just trying to become a new small business owner.
Did you watch any of the UFCs from this past weekend?
I did not.
UFC fights? Sugar Sean O'Malley's the new champ.
I saw Sugar Sean.
I
saw Sugar Sean's highlights.
And then shout out to Franklinton. Kurt Hollaball won the lightweight. He's the lightweight champion of the Ultimate Fighter season 31. Shout out, he's my brother's jiu-jitsu professor.
Fucking right.
Yeah, I was actually at his gym, and then the next day, that's when I had the random swollen eye. I thought I felt the bruise on my eye or whatever it was, and I thought maybe I hit myself when I came back or something, or while me and him were wrestling, me and my brother, maybe I bumped it or something. I just didn't know. But I don't know. It wasn't an infection either. It wasn't pink. I didn't have any kind of discharge or nothing come out of it.
Did you touch your butthole and then
No, dude, it wasn't pink eye. I've had pink eye before, and if I would have had pink eye, I'd have came in here and been like, dude, I had fucking pink eye over the weekend.
Yeah.
But I didn't, dude. My eye literally, I woke up, it was swollen. I did 2 cold compresses on it that day, and I woke up the next day, it was done.
Damn. Cool. Dude, eyes are weird. I found out, I don't know who told me this, but if your immune system figures out that you have eyes, its first response is to just destroy them. Like
Oh,
if your immune system notices that you have, like, if you have a severe enough infection that your immune system has to like target something inside your eye, it's immediately sees your entire eye as a threat and has to like, and will attack it until it's.
do you think it's jealous because it can't see that it has eyes? So it's like, dude, I haven't been able to see what's right here this whole time. Because, I mean, like, your immune system works all by your eyes.
Yeah, it works all around
your sinuses and
shit.
shit.
And it's like, it's passing through, but it doesn't know, like, I don't think your white blood cells know what part of their body they're in. Like, it could be your finger or
they're
your
just
dick.
trying to
It doesn't care.
Get out of that part of town.
Yeah,
it's a bad part of town. That is true, dude. Your eyes are,
control.
Especially my eyes, dude. That's a bad part of town.
It's a bad part of town. It's a sketchy neighborhood.
Dude, you see a lot of things. My eyes have seen people die on Twitter, like, within the last 48 hours,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I feel like we do see a lot of videos of just like car accidents and horrible shit happening every day.
Yeah.
And even though it's just on your phone, I think it definitely has a psychological effect on people.
Yeah, it kind of freaks me out, and it gives me this anxiety that something like that could happen to me at any moment.
Yeah, for real.
I could have to get in a knife fight with a homeless guy walking down to go do comedy or something.
Part of my running route, is I have to run through a highway overpass where cars are coming through there at like, 70, 80 miles an hour sometimes. So I gotta like definitely be on my guard. And like,
yeah,
that shit is a scary.
I was about to say maybe I know you want to run to the gym and all. Maybe find a new route. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel like it's something you can handle every day.
I mean, it's definitely something I can handle because they have like red lights and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a time when you got to be careful.
Yeah, when I lived in Hammond, there was a really nice park that had a whole track around it, like, and it was a mile from my house. So I would walk there. I would do 2 laps around the track, and then walk back, and that was 3 miles.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was nice because I didn't have to... I mean, I did have to cross one highway.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was a highway. It turns into a highway down the road
Just
once you get out of
bridge.
town. Yeah, it's just like... Now, you do have to walk over a bridge. That's one thing. But you're also by a college campus, so people are slowing down and shit already.
Yeah.
And they just passed a park. There's kids. They play, like, Little League Baseball there and stuff, I think. But, a lot of snakes out there, though. I'll tell you that much.
Like literal snakes? Or
Oh, yeah. No, real
snakes.
snakes. Huge snakes, dude. I haven't seen snakes that big. And I live, like, in the middle of nowhere. And I've seen some pretty decent-sized snakes before. I've never seen a water moccasin that's, like, that big around.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I saw one at school. I watched my janitor hit it with a machete and kill it.
Like, don't even... Like, obviously, I've seen, like, the carnival, like, anacondas and stuff.
Yeah, the ones on Bourbon
Street.
Street.
Yeah, the huge fucking snakes and shit. I've seen those. Obviously, those are huge. I'm talking about, like, just a snake that's local to your area that you would find in the creek or something. Just that big. Like...
I have an embarrassing story about that, actually. Yesterday, I was cleaning in my backyard because I have a bunch of crap out there. And I saw... what I was 100% sure was a snake shed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, I gotta get out of here. That looks like a big snake shed. Turns out it was a snakeskin purse that had fallen off of that had just decayed and if someone like left it on the other side of the fence and it like the shitty snakeskin like lifted up off of I saw a zipper on it when I got a closer look.
Yeah,
and I was
shedded into a Marc Jacobs tote bag.
Yeah, I was staying away from every shady corner in my backyard. I was like, I didn't want to see it.
Dude, that's one thing my dad does. If a place is like real snaky looking, that's what he says. If it's snaky looking, he don't like to go in there.
No, that's real. There are snaky looking places.
Yeah, they always send me for me and my dad. I don't know what the statute of limitations on this is, or I don't think anybody could really prove it honestly. But besides me just making up this story right now, even though it's not a made up story, even though it is a made up story,
it's a made up story.
In case whatever y'all want to try to say in court.
We
used to go to like really abandoned places, like the grass is growing up through it and shit, and we would get like some of the good lumber off of it. If they had some cool shit out there, we'd get it. We called ourselves the Abandoned Shit Pirates.
Yeah.
And
that's fair. It's abandoned.
Yeah, I mean, you're letting the weeds grow up through it. You might as well let us get some of the good lumber and shit off of it.
That's real.
I'm trying to think of where I was going with this story, though. What were we talking about before?
Snakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, we went to my great-grandma's old house, and we weren't, like, going in there rummaging. We were just going to see what was in there before we got it demolished.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me in there first, and I brought my pistol with me, because we've walked in buildings before, and there was, like, a bobcat in the house.
Just living in the fucking house. Yeah, I've seen places like that.
And I was like the first one. They were like, all right, who's going in first? And I was like, I'll go in first. And like, well, I was saying I'll go in first. And he's like, Crockett's going first. Just because, like, I'm the one person. Like, that's how I've always thought about it. Like, I can be scary about things, but if I have a pistol in my hand, dude.
Yeah, you're okay.
I'm okay. I have a fighting chance. If I was in there barehanded with a bobcat, I'd be scared out of my ass.
No, dude.
I would still be scared with the gun in my hand. I'd probably miss it.
I can't guarantee I would win against a bobcat, even if it was just like a regular size one. Those shits are feisty. Like,
oh yeah, and
one bad clip or on a vein or an artery, and you're out.
Yeah, the one we saw one time, it was literally like we peeked in, and we kind of like walked in, and we looked in the other room. My dad saw it over there in the corner, and he fucking ran out and like pushed me out the door and shut the door. He's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here, dude."
Yeah, dude, that's.
Don't
even fuck with the bobcat. Like, don't even try.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. Yeah. Well, just like any cat, dude. Like that's why I don't trust like going over to people's house and their cat. Like when cats come and rub up on me. Like I don't know if I don't know if I've just had bad experiences with cats. Like most of the ones I've encountered are strays, but I didn't like the time that the cat pissed on my backpack or my shoes that I left outside. Cat? Well, it was probably a stray cat around mine. We didn't own any cats. We owned one cat, and he didn't piss on our stuff. And he was like an outside cat. He was literally there for pest control, pretty much.
I think the fact that you don't really fuck with cats might make, like, house cats, like tame cats, fuck with you more. Because they like to be left alone. So if you're, like, not fucking with the cat and leaving it alone, it's more likely to come up and start, like, rubbing on you and, like, asking for pets.
Yeah.
Because that's just how they are.
Or they just, like, they rub up on your leg and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dude,
get the fuck away.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's just because they'll flip. The switch flips like that.
Yeah, and we had a house cat. Yeah, we had a house cat like that. It was formerly a feral cat, and a formerly feral cat is still a feral cat. So we had it for about 2 years, and one time my mom was just making the sheets, and something about like throwing the sheet up on the bed really like messed with it. Like it flipped the switch in it, and it just like scratched all up my mom's arm. And after that, it was an outdoor cat, and I was kind of scared of it after that.
Dude, that cat would have been an outdoor in the ground cat around my house, dude.
Yeah,
I think it'd have been dead because my dad would already been like, "What do we even fucking have this thing for?" Yeah. That's exactly what you like. We're like. When my mom first got this small dog, and she got it for herself, and my dad was always like, "Oh, why did you get such like a small dog?" Like, I'll actually quote him as saying, "That thing ain't worth the 10 cents it'd take to blow its head off."
Jesus Christ!
But then he had open heart surgery, and the dog was with him there every day while he was recovering, and he fell in love with it. And so ever since one like dies, immediately like have to get a new one.
Yeah, that's
immediately.
Real. That's the rule.
I think we're on the third one. Yeah, Sunny. We're on Sunny now. It's the Sunny era.
That's good. The Sunny era. My sister's boyfriend, before they met, he had a dog, and I think it was named Uno, and now he has a dog named Two. And I think his next dog is going to be named like Trace or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's just starting to count.
4 is going to be a good one.
4. Quattro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call him Quattro or just call him 4?
Call him
4.
4. 4.
4. Get your ass over here. I know you tore up all those damn paper towels.
4. Yeah. He's going to get up to like 17.
Yeah.
How high do you think he can get?
I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't achieve 17. Hopefully all of his dogs have pretty long enough lives where he don't get to 17. Maybe he lives that long, though.
Maybe he does.
And that's when you start to ask yourself, is a dog's life worth more than a human life?
It's to be. I don't think it ever is, but I mean, personally,
some people are like,
it depends on the dog, to be honest.
yeah.
If that dog's like a mascot, like Spuds McKenzie
or Airbud.
Airbud, yeah, I feel like.
Oh, Airbud was obviously more important than human life. He's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
Like, we need Airbud.
I keep dropping shit. I gotta.
They would have lost if Airbud wouldn't have shown up in all those movies.
Yeah, they could have traded like 3 kids for an Airbud.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Dude,
was
imagine
like the
being
whole
the kid
thing.
that got benched.
Mm-hmm.
The kid that got benched because this new dog is doing
this
so good.
golden retriever's taking your spot. He's batting cleanup, Billy.
Hey Eddie, I know you've been putting in a lot of work this season, but this dog has got it, dude. You gotta start working on your nose bunts.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. You aren't.
You haven't been showing a lot of improvement on your layups lately.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Air Buddies, the spin-off of his pups?
No, but I did watch Space Buddies. That's the one where they go to space. And
they went full Fast and Furious.
Yeah, who's the they have some pretty good voice actors in there. They had David Cross.
Mm-hmm.
I think he plays a gerbil or something. And the girl who plays Princess Carolyn on BoJack Horseman plays a ferret that also runs the space agency.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's something I wouldn't mind getting into one day. Voiceover work, voice acting.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. I've always liked doing different. Like, when I sing songs, I try to sound more like the artist than me singing the song.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then doing different impressions of characters and shit. That's always been fun to me. I just have to fight through my accent.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That or I could do some killer-ass country stuff.
Yeah, you can practice some accents.
Animation's hard, though, dude. That's one of my dreams is to have a cartoon one day.
That was one of my like career goals when I was in high school. I was like, I wanted to go to SCAD and become an animator.
Yeah.
But I realized how fucking tedious animation is.
Yeah.
I have
I'm holding it off until I'm rich enough to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, I have a friend from high school. We were like kind of boyfriend girlfriend, but like we were just high schoolers, so it didn't really like we didn't do anything. We were just like little high school like friends.
Yeah.
And she went to SCAD and just started studying specifically stop motion animation, which is she's been putting out some really cool stuff. But I know how fucking tedious that work is.
Yeah, and I'm bad at drawing anyways, so like my
Yeah.
character, like I was literally thinking, all right, Crockett, if you do this, it's gonna have to be like on purpose shitty.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah, but even then, like you
Yeah.
have to like learn your
Yeah, I have to learn my
12
characters.
principles,
Yeah.
put in your reps, and it's hard to get something that even looks okay because
Mm-hmm.
you're having to like slow down time to 24 pictures in 1 second. Like that's just so much to do. Even if you cut it down to 12 seconds, they call that animating on twos.
Yeah, and I don't even understand what button to click to even start that process or what you would even do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it wasn't part of the reason. I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I could get something for my laptop, like a doodle board or something like that I can draw but I just can't draw good. I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
I didn't get that gene. My dad can draw. My older brother can draw pretty good.
I was a doodler. I was a doodler in high school, so I was always like drawing shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, I was always not paying. I was always like scribbling on the side of my page and shit. It's never anything any good. Most of it just ended up being like etched out squares on the side of the page.
my elementary school art teacher, my middle school art teacher, sorry, got me into like Freemason. Like he was like, you should learn about like the Freemasons and like all that like secret society stuff. Because
not a secret society, a society with secrets.
it's a society with secrets. But I won the science fair, and as the art teacher, he made the little like rewards for the science fair. I got 3rd place, and my project was an engineering project. So you made the medal that had the compass and ruler symbol of the Freemasons. I'll put a picture up on when I edit it. But he was like, by the way, you should really look into like Freemason stuff, because his grandpa was like a 33rd degree like Freemason apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And last I heard, he had just like quit his job and was canoeing down the Amazon River with like his new wife, which is like crazy. Like,
yeah, canoeing down the Amazon.
Yeah,
Imagine running into one of them tribes that's never seen other people before.
yeah, dude, that would be dope. I could imagine.
They would kill you.
I feel like he would survive. He was a cool dude. I feel like he would have figured something out. I say was like he's dead. He got killed by a tribe.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He did get killed by a tribe, actually.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Dude, no one would even know. They'd just be like, oh, you went missing.
Yeah.
He went canoeing down the Amazon.
Tipped his canoe.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, oh, that fucking idiot. Why was he canoeing the Amazon?
Man's got 8.
Yeah.
I would hate to get eaten.
Especially alive by like a bear or something.
Oh, God.
Dude, I saw a video today
spilling out.
of this man was trying to keep this little small grizzly bear cub from running into a wildfire. He was like a firefighter or something. And he was like, it was like running towards him, and he was kind of like backing up and like trying to play with it. And it like went and wrapped around his leg. It wasn't really like biting him, I don't think, because he wasn't like screaming or nothing. But it was kind of like putting his mouth open and like doing it on his leg. Dude, if that thing would have went anywhere near me, I would have kicked the shit out of that thing.
Yeah,
dude.
but then mom's nearby.
I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a shit. If I'm like a cop or something out there, we got guns. They probably got preparation for bears running out of forest fires.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be some kind of protocol for that.
They got a big net for them.
Especially in Canada.
Got a big butterfly net.
Yeah, you have to shoot their ass with a tranquilizer or just kill them.
Yeah.
One of the two.
One of the two.
Which is unfortunate, but also I think they have a pretty good plethora of bears up there, grizzly bears.
Yeah, I think the numbers are coming up. I feel like if you went and hunted a bear, you'd get in trouble. But
no, it's legal to hunt bears. You just have to have a tag. You have to have a tag.
Yeah, you could do that. It wouldn't
And a
fuck up the
permit.
population
I've
too
watched.
bad.
Have you ever seen Meat Eater on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
It's a show with Steve Rinella. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast before. He's the one that kind of got Joe Rogan into hunting and shit. But he always goes and takes people on a hunt or does a hunt himself, and then they cook the food afterwards to share like game recipes.
That's cool.
The only thing about bear is you have to cook it like a super long time, or you'll get something called trichinosis, which is like a forever parasite. Like if someone ate you, they would get it.
Whoa. Trichinosis. I wonder what the trick stands for, because I know there's a fungus called trichoderma that you don't want to get when you're dealing with funguses. Trichoderma is a pretty common like failure of a mushroom grow.
I try to stay away from most funguses and mold. Most of them, besides
Yeah.
like shiitake and stuff like that.
You got some crazy stuff growing in your fridge right now, I guarantee. Some microbes that are interesting.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, I definitely do too. I need to take a little science swab, and see what's growing in there.
Yeah, we do have a couple tuna steaks in there, so there could be anything.
Oof. Are they old?
No,
Not
we just
good.
got them today. I'm ready to cook. I think we'll cook those tomorrow. That'll be nice.
Yeah,
nice tuna steak.
I got some nice soup I'm sitting on. I put a whole rotisserie chicken in there.
Oh yeah.
Chopped up carrots, celery, onions. Put it in, seasoned it with some red pepper flakes.
Yeah,
just let it cook low and slow.
Some fucking good old fashioned Bugs Bunny style stew. That Elmer Fudd recipe.
Yeah, I have some sausage I could put in there. I probably should have, but it's too late now. But I got it nice and like frozen up in my fridge. I can just heat up a bowl whenever I want.
Fuck yeah, dude. That is nice when you have an extra amount of something like that, like red beans and rice or gumbo or all kinds of stuff. I can name a million things it's nice to have a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, one goal of mine, like something I want to achieve. Probably it'd be nice to do it this year sometime. But I want to get me and my friends to split a whole cow. Just get a whole cow, have it butchered, and then just have a fridge full of meat for like as long as you need it. Have it vacuum sealed.
Yeah, I've always wanted to kind of do that, buy like a half a cow or something, because you buy by the leg.
Yeah. I mean, if you buy... shit, I'd be down to split a cow with you.
Yeah, I got to get cow money for sure.
Yeah, I got to get a freezer big enough to hold all that cow.
Yeah, because a lot of it's going to be ground beef.
Yeah. It's mostly going to be ground beef. But
Most
that's okay.
definitely.
You get some nice cuts, too.
Yeah. You get a shit ton of like fillets though.
You're
Dude,
making me hungry.
It's over. Like I don't want to sound cliche, but it literally is the best cut of meat on the cow is the filet mignon. To me, off the grill, straight up, that's the best cut.
Oh man,
and
dude, it would just feel so nice to like grab a bunch of meat out of your freezer and know exactly where it came from.
That is nice. That
It's
too.
like a really good feeling.
Italy actually banned the sale of lab-grown meat. It's the first country to ever do it.
Damn.
So I might move to Italy. I don't know. They did side with the Nazis though, so I can't really forgive that.
Yeah, Italians are just weird people in general. I don't think we should let them.
Well, they gave us like The Godfather and Sopranos or whatever, so we totally forgot that they were Nazi sympathizers.
I didn't forget.
Oh, I didn't forget, dude.
They just brought us pizza, so.
I don't even know why I'm bringing it up because I haven't read enough into it, obviously. But there's a group of people that are I think they're pretty much they're not Holocaust deniers, but they believe it happened way earlier than we show it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was going on before then,
like way before.
Well, they had like a lot of anti-Jewish sentiment for like 100 years in Germany before like.
Oh yeah.
Before that, there were like some riots. I think in like the 1600s where like it had a lot of anti-Jewish.
Yeah, well the
action.
Nazis have definitely been because that's how Hitler wasn't like the original Nazi.
Yeah, they weren't called Nazis back then. I think they were like.
I think it was the Nazi Party.
Was the Nazi Party before Hitler joined? It was the Nazi Party.
But they just weren't in
hundreds
charge.
Of years back.
Yeah, they just weren't in charge.
Yeah.
As the story goes, they got mad because of how they got screwed at the Treaty of Versailles in that train. And then, dude, such a good movie. All Quiet on the Western Front.
The new one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the new one. I started the old one, but it's real old. So
yeah.
It didn't really.
No, dude, this movie is awesome. Like one of my favorite war movies of all time.
Is it about German soldiers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like.
It's about kids. Like some of them, they had to like lie about their age, and it shows them going off. But it's pretty intense the whole time.
Come and See is a really good movie if you haven't seen it. It's one of the most dark, it's one of the most like deeply like dark and like gritty and real war movies ever made. It's from I think the early 70s, but it's about a little a little boy in like I think it's like Crimea area or like Ukrainian. This is way back though, during World War II, and the Nazis are like coming through his village and like conscripting all the men, and he's like forced to he runs into the woods and like hides basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually need to rewatch it because I don't remember like the greatest like detail of it, but man, it's a beautiful movie. It's like really really well done. There's a scene where the kid's running through a field, and artillery fire is like going through, and like giant machine guns are like shooting across the field. So he sees a cow get like shot and like blown to pieces, and he has to like hide under it and like crouch up and just wait for the fire to stop. And it's just a great scene because he's just like laying in the cow's blood, like hiding.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I like watching like World War II in color and World War II in HD and stuff like that, dude. One time they had a full episode. The whole Navy was like doing a drag show on the ship. Everything was like, oh, yes. Like they were dressed. It was like a comedy.
That was common.
Type, yeah.
Even through the 70s, they would do it in Vietnam.
Yeah, they would do a lot of drag and stuff. I was like, damn, dude, these still the same people that are all pissed off about drag shows now?
Probably some of the same ones.
Yeah, I don't want my kids going to that. I know. I don't want my great grandkids going to that. I know what goes down at those things.
Yeah, it was cool when we did it.
Yeah.
It was cool when we did it. I remember how I got my dick sucked.
Yeah.
By one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why they always make the old gay Navy jokes. Not just because you're out there on a boat with a bunch of men.
Yeah.
They just did shit like that, which, I mean, it's whatever.
I mean,
I don't
shit,
think
anything
Navy's...
to pass the time.
Yeah, I think our Navy did exceptional, and if they were homosexual, I think they were the right people for the job.
Yeah.
I think they did great in World War II.
Yeah, they
do great now.
They did a good fucking job, for real.
Yeah, the Navy SEALs killed Osama bin Laden, so, I mean, the Navy's doing...
Can't be that bad.
Yeah, dude, the Navy gets all the representation from, like, the famous Navy SEALs and stuff.
But mostly they're just chilling on boats.
Yeah. I think, like, the most famous non-Navy SEAL soldier has to be Tim Kennedy.
Who's that?
Tim Kennedy was a UFC fighter and Army Ranger or Green Beret. I don't want to mess that up, but he's one of the two.
Is he the one that died?
No, he didn't die.
Okay.
He hasn't died yet. But he, like, so when we got out of Afghanistan 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
he went over there and was, like, rescuing people and, like, helping evacuate people and shit.
That's badass.
Like, U.S. citizens that were stuck and, like, needed to get on and stuff like that. And he said it was bad.
Whoa.
He said that was some of the worst combat he's ever been in.
That's crazy.
And he's done a lot of tours and a lot of missions.
I saw a documentary of a journalist that was living in Syria, and his block was like a battleground. So he had a camera, and he would, like, anytime it was safe to film, he would be filming, like, the movement of troops through that block, and it was really interesting. Who's the football player that died mysteriously?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got shot by... It was friendly fire.
Yeah, exactly.
It was friendly fire. I forgot what his name was, but yeah.
Well, I think he was, like, going to expose, like, the terrible shit they were doing over there.
Oh.
And I think that's...
Hey-o.
It's possible. Hey, protect the back of my head, but...
Yeah, hopefully it was all a complete accident, and that's not true, and our government's not some of the worst people ever.
Hopefully it's just a terrible tragedy.
Hopefully our government's never been involved in such things like this.
What? Our government?
Yeah.
No. What?
We're not like how Vladimir Putin just kills all of his political enemies.
Yeah, we're good. We're more sneaky than that, at least.
Dude, none of our presidents have killed their former chef on their property who's possibly their ex-lover.
Yeah, we like to at least pretend, you know?
Yeah. That doesn't happen. Dude, Tim Dillon said... He said, when do you ever let the chef use the house?
Yeah.
Never.
I don't know, yeah. I don't actually know about that situation.
When you want to kill him. That's what he said.
Yeah, he went
Tim
down.
Dillon said all that, everybody, not me. I was just laughing at it because it's satirical. It's satirical. I don't necessarily believe that Barack Obama killed a chef.
I'm gonna edit that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit that so it just says Barack Obama killed his chef.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying that he did it. I'm saying it's funny that Tim Dillon said that in suspicion that he could have done it.
I think you're talking yourself into a hole now. I think people are going to start asking questions now.
I mean, you know what? If the 100 people that view it...
Yeah.
Look, I jumped into this area of being a comedian in this age because I'm inspired by people like Tim Dillon and Shane Gillis, and even though Louis don't have a podcast, still people that say what they... Not what they wanted to say, obviously. Like, Shane Gillis didn't want to say the C word, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, I don't...
They made him do that.
Yeah, it's just something you do as a comedian and as a personality. You say what comes to mind, and that's why you're funny, is because you thought to say that. Yeah. It's not funny that you sat there and fiddled with it for 5 minutes, and then you brought it up, and you're like, oh yeah, after I checked out all the...
If I
crossed all my T's and dotted my I's and made sure no white women were going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you just can't do that. That's not being authentic to yourself or your audience at all.
The more you listen to white women, the more diluted your comedy becomes.
Yeah.
And you can quote me on that.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I'm just kidding. I love white women.
Well, I mean, it's kind of things like so, you know, in my comedy set, I have a joke that ends with me saying that my friend gave me dabs with another drug mixed in them. I'm not gonna say it. Come to the shows. And my dad was telling me, maybe don't post that part like online or something like that, because, you know, it involves hard drugs. You don't want like somebody seeing it who's going to give you a job or a girl that you're going to meet one day. And I just like, I said, yes, sir, I understand. But also I told him, I said, you got to understand, like, I'm diving into this. I don't, like, whoever it is that's going to get upset with it has to deal with it.
Yeah, and you're not, you're telling the story about, like, it's a real thing, and, like, having a relatable, because not everyone's...
It's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun.
Dude, here's the thing. Newsflash to everyone who didn't know this. Everything that a comedian says is not even 60% true.
Yeah. There's usually, like, if there's any truth in it, there's a 10% nugget of truth that's pretty diluted.
I'm working on a joke right now where I bit a guy's finger off.
Yeah.
In a fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, none of it's going to be true, but it's the conviction that you tell it with, and you make a storybook setting. You don't make a typewriter setting.
I have a 7-minute story about how I lost my virginity in a trailer while getting attacked by a dog.
Yeah.
And the whole dog attack is made up. She was a girl that had a dog, and that dog didn't like me.
Yeah.
But I blew that up, and I turned it into a pit bull that is actively breaking into this room while I'm trying to court this woman.
Well, yeah, and just like that joke I was talking about, like, my friend didn't actually give me dabs with the other thing mixed in it. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff happened besides it being that in it. But because one of my other friends had said, man, that stuff probably had H in it, and I was like, I mean, like, this happened a long time ago, and then I thought of the story, and I was like, maybe I could spin it to where my friend that gave me it was like...
He knew it.
Yeah, like, oh, I thought you knew that. Because it's such a big blow-up at the end. I love closing with that joke, because the end is like... It's not like laughter. It's always like, ah! Like, damn! Like, you're hearing all kinds of different reactions. And then there's obviously laughs mixed in, too. And then you can just say, and that's the first and only time I ever did heroin. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, thank y'all for coming out. And you can just end it right there. And it's a good story. The story worked out so well for stand-up writing naturally.
Yeah.
Because there's recalls, because, you know, you heard the story before. There's natural callbacks. There's good jokes punched in between it and stuff. There's stuff I need to take out, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of how the story's structured at this point and the way I tell it, so.
Yeah, I have a story I'm trying to work about the white bicycle memorials that are around town.
Yeah.
I have a bit about how, like, I think this guy's an asshole, so I spray paint his bike white and put flowers on it so that everyone thinks that he stole a memorial bike.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out more of the story of, like, why I don't like the guy and what, like, consequences he would face after that.
Yeah.
So
that's another thing, too, with the roast battles and stuff we've been doing, and the kind of success I've had in performance with those. And everyone's been saying, why don't you write more like that in stand-up?
Yeah.
And that's something you definitely can do. I'm just trying to I have to step back and look at it from a bigger perspective. You know what I mean? Because roasting is easy when the subject's right there in everybody else's face, and you can say the thing, and it's funny because it's true. Look at them. It's true.
Yeah.
And then it also could be something that I completely make up about their personality that other people don't know that I do.
Yeah, or something that just, like, matches their face. Like.
Yeah. But it's hard. You got to step back because you could do the same thing about, like, a big corporation or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just you got to work that ranting gene that, like, Bill Burr and Tim Dillon have, if you really want to get on roasting stuff like that. Like, I was thinking of something.
Yeah, applying the principles of roasting to, like, modern day figures or just, like, situations is, like,
right.
Or the kind of person who does X, Y, and Z.
And that's another thing, too, is you have to pick those battles with those subjects that you're going against with the crowd. Because you can't just go up there and be like, I don't know, let's say I'm up there like, your Barack Obama chef died, that motherfucker killed him, and I'm out there and it's an all-black crowd, and they're like, you're going to come up here and talk about Obama, dude? Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? So, I like doing comedy that reaches the whole room no matter, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, we're all humans, but we know for a fact, working in the comedy industry, and any comedian will tell you this, you got to look at the room before you go.
That's real.
You got to look at the room.
Do you do a lot of black rooms?
So, like, this past Saturday in Hammond, that was a pretty black room. I enjoy, yeah, I mean, like, I would say Howlin' Wolf for the most part can be. But I enjoy doing, because I think like I said, I write for everybody in a sense. So it kind of, like, that's one of my, it's going to sound weird to say this. It's one of my main missions, actually, to make sure that I make black people laugh.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's all kosher. Make sure you're...
Well, not even that, it's just good for me to say because I like that kind of humor that, like, you know, like Friday humor.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with my black friends and saying shit that I think that they think is funny, and it is, and they say shit that I think is funny. Just like channeling back, because it's all childhood stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then the past couple years that I've been in college, it's just like, that's people I really find myself enjoying and having the most fun with in conversation a lot of times. Obviously, I have other friends that are like me that do that same stuff too. But
it's important to have a big circle, though.
Yeah, and plus, like, black culture is taken over, honestly. Not like it's taken over, but like,
not in a bad way.
Yeah, not in a bad way, but like, Drake is on top of the charts. You know what I mean? Like, the only big, like, white culture act going around right now is Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen, and that
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, I don't like either of those really. I mean, I like Taylor Swift songs.
I do too. But there used to be a really good mic called Honda Wanda's. Well, it was at Honda Wanda's. It was I think the same people are doing it somewhere else now. I don't remember exactly who was. I think it was Keto with a Q was doing it, but that was a black room, and it was my first time like writing for a black room, and it was right after the whole like it was when like the Black Lives Matter riots first started, and Kyle Rittenhouse had just had just been in the news, and she introduced me on stage. Justice Served introduced me on stage as this random Kyle Rittenhouse fucker, and it was my first time in the room, and I got up onto a cold stage, and thankfully, I had, like, some stuff ready to go, and I was just on my shit that night and, like, really, like, knocked it down, and that was, like, still probably the best laugh I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Was from, like, a completely black room that hated me when I first walked, like, did not want to, like, laugh at me when I first got on stage.
Yeah, that open mic I went and did this Saturday that I said was pretty much a black room. They threw me up a softball, dude. They had the folding chairs for the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, they threw me, so I got up there, I was like, I ain't gonna say none of my crazy shit. I walked in and I seen these chairs. I know when I'm being set up. And they was laughing. I said, I'm white. I ain't that white. I know when I see a setup. I saw them chairs, my head started itching, and they was fucking laughing. It was all just fucking dying and shit, dude. It was good stuff. And then I did my regular, like, 7-minute set, because I was like, how much time I got? He was like, just do whatever you want. So I just did. Yeah, I ran through all those, you know, the charity bits, the Carhartt tee, yada yada, the story.
Yeah.
And
I'm really trying to do more 7-minute sets. I'm meant to go to Pickles Night because they're doing 5 and 7-minute sets. They just started at Siberia, I believe, right?
Yeah, is that tomorrow night? Or was that last week?
I think it was last night.
Oh, okay.
Because I was having I was just in my house, like, chilling. I needed a day to myself to decompress. Mm-hmm. But I feel much more energized now that I'm back out it.
You know what's crazy, dude? If I don't do like stand up for a while and I don't even notice, I'm not like yearning to go do it, but I do notice like my self-confidence in being a stand-up comedian professionally one day gets diminished by a lot. All I have to do is go like hit a mic, do well, and then I'm fine. Even if I don't do good, I'm like, oh, I still got the work in. You know what I mean? Like,
were you in the room when I had that crazy heckler last week?
No, we didn't talk about it, but I saw it and I slid up on your story or whatever. But we didn't really talk about it.
So the guy was obviously he was hammered and also probably on something else. We had no idea what he was talking to. But right before my set, when he brings me up on stage, Troy and Ben were hosting, and he just starts talking to him, like loudly starts talking to him. Probably takes up a good 5 minutes of just him, like, he says, I'm the shrimp king of New Orleans. I have the best shrimp. He said, I'm the only black man to sell oil to the U.S. government.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? He keeps, like, rambling, talking about all his achievements. He's like, yeah, I met Kanye West. I met Common.
Yeah.
And they almost kicked him out before my set, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And so I was just, winning the crowd back, making everyone comfortable, making some jokes. I made some jokes about how he's the shrimp king, talking about oyster king, lobster king. I made the joke that I'm the unseasoned chicken breast king.
Yeah.
Just because of being a white guy, that's always funny. And then he yells out in the back, faggot king.
Oh.
And at that moment, I'm like, no, dude. Because apparently he had been saying that for about 30 seconds before I heard him.
Yeah.
So the crowd was all turning around and looking at him, but I'm in the back, like he's in the back of the room. I'm the last person to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear that and I'm like, oh man, dude, like, no.
Yeah.
Not cool, dude. And the bartender, Mike, like, starts pushing him towards the door. And he's like rambling. He's talking even faster, saying even more stuff. He starts talking about how like he met Kanye West and like all that stuff. And yeah, he did a fake out, ran back into the building and started like shouting at me. It took 3 people like grabbing him to like finally get him to leave.
Yeah.
And like threatened to beat him
Probably
up.
most of the people were like didn't even want to touch him in the first place.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that like
I would have hit him with, where'd you meet Kanye? The nut house?
Yeah, exactly. No, I said, man, Kanye's back, guys. This album's gonna be great. But yeah, I'm thankful to the staff of Comedy House for taking care of that situation.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I haven't ever done any comedy that gets to, which I mean, obviously that was just a situation that was thrown at you. This guy
that dude was already primed. Too.
He was already, yeah.
I don't think I had anything especially offensive. It's just because I ribbed on him a little bit after he got on stage and like sure, popped him off. But yeah. We have
Shrimp King.
Shrimp King. Someone else went on stage right after.
Ooh.
That's our timer. Someone else went right on stage like right after him. I probably did 5 full minutes of just making fun of that guy after he got kicked out, and I did not once think of to make a joke about him being called Shrimp King. The next person who got on stage was like, "There's a reason he's called Shrimp King," and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did I not think of that?" It was just so obvious in the moment.
Well, like, I know how I'd have been, especially us. Like, obviously, we have a little bit of experience, each of us a little bit over, like, a year, I would say, on stage, but nothing really prepares you for something like that.
Yeah.
Because what you're used to is just going up there, doing your shit, getting your laughs, and getting the fuck off, and then people might talk to you afterwards, hey, great set, you were awesome, or whatever.
Well, I was already in the mood to have fun that day,
Yeah.
so I just got thrown a little alley-oop. We're coming up on an hour here. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good, man. Honestly, what time is it?
6:30.
6:30? I think that should be good on the pod. Give us some time to chill out before the open mic.
Yeah, that's good for
probably.
me.